Hello everyone. First of all, please confirm if I am audible. Anyone can confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah, will you
Yes, sir.
audible?
You are
Yes, sir.
audible.
Great. Hello everyone. My name is Praful
Hello.
Mishra. Many
Hi.
of you already know me. Okay, now you can put yourself on mute. Okay, and soon we are going to start the session. And between the session, if you will have any doubt, you can unmute yourself and then you can ask. If you will have any question, unmute yourself. You are allowed to unmute. But if you are not speaking anything, then please put yourself on mute to avoid the noise. Guys, many of you already know that I have been teaching CCNA, CCNP, SD-WAN, routing switching online for past 3 years. And many of my students have requested a session for Python automation. That's why I have arranged this special webinar for you. Because you know that like there are many resources for routing switching, CCNA, CCNP, but when it comes to Python automation, Python for network engineer, the content is very limited on the internet. Even hardly you will find the trainer who is going to teach you the Python automation. So that's why to help my subscribers, to help my students who have already completed CCNA and CCNP at PM
Comments
networking
number,
platform,
no comments, treated number.
who have already completed their CCNA, CCNP and looking to advance their knowledge, want to make career in the automation industry, right? So that's why I decided to arrange this a special webinar for you guys. And I have invited a top industry expert in the networking industry who have experience already lots of experience in network automation, and the trainer is none other than Puneet sir. Puneet sir has a great experience in networking industry in the Python and automation, network automation, and today he will share his knowledge with us. So I am makes damn sure that this webinar will be very valuable for everyone. I am also going to learn right from the sir. So let's welcome to the Puneet sir. Hello Puneet sir.
Hi, Praful. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hello, everyone. Puneet this side.
Hi.
I'm audible, guys.
Yes, you are
Hello.
audible.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So I believe Hi Pepsi also is there. So I believe you guys are you
Yes,
have
yes.
already compare your complete your CCNA and CCNP part. At least CCNA knowledge is required for this webinar because of here we are going to configure the devices through automation. Through automation only is not Python is not only the way we can do the automation. We have the multiple path from where we can do the automation, like the Python also, shell scripting also is there. And then after that, we have a REST API, netcons, we have a Ansible also. Apart from that, whatever the devices we are using, these are the basically the automation based, like the DNAC, SD-WAN. These all the technology or the automation based basically. Automation means what, right? If you are talking about the your device configuration, traditional network, how you are going to configure the devices. We were logging the devices on the manual process. Every devices were logged manually and we were configuring the devices. But nowadays we have a SDN based technology. So SDN based technology that we can also call, that is the automation tools basically, that we can use and that we can automate our automate our devices. So it's a myth basically in the industry. If you know the programming language, then only you can do the automation. But most of the people are not aware about that. If you are using the DNAC or the SD-WAN or any GUI based the application you are using to manage your network equipment, that is already the you are doing the automation already. Here what we are going to run, there is the predefined script. That script we can use, like if you are going to monitoring something from the SD-WAN, you can do that, right? So there are predefined script, like for the OSPF there is predefined template. You can just use that template, you can fill the value. But in the SD-WAN, if you want to configure the EIGRP, there is no predefined template for EIGRP, right? So any custom requirement is required that we don't have an option there, right? Like suppose we are talking about we want to configure the syslog server on the, if suppose you are managing a network that the 5,000 hosts are there, and in that 5,000 network equipment or there, and you just want to change, means syslog server IP you want to configure, right? So this is your custom requirement. For that, you should have the idea about how you can write the script. So that you can use either Python, either you can use the Ansible. So in our total 1 hour or 1.5 hours it will take in this duration, what we are going to discuss, I will show you some automation script through the Python, and then after that I will show you some of the script through the Ansible. We are totally going to learn with the practical. We are not going to focus on the theory part. Just I will show you how we can configure the devices through the Python automation or through the Ansible. That we are going to cover. Okay. So before going to start the automation, anything anyone have, means anyone is there who is not belonging from the technical background, guys? Everyone is have the, means everyone have the idea about the CCNA level knowledge. At least you should have, because of here we are not going to discuss the technical part like what is the OSPF, what is the telnet, what is the SSS. Those part we are not going to do discuss here now. Here we are directly going to start how we can configure a device through the Python. Got it? So if you guys, anyone is from the anyone from the non-technical background, so might be they will not able to understand. Okay, so we are just going to start the session. So in the traditional way, how many options we have, guys, how we can configure a device? I'm just sharing my screen. If you are guys able to see my screen, you can just please confirm. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So suppose this is your infrastructure. This is your infra. In the infra, there is multiple devices, multiple routers, multiple switches are there. And if you want to configure anything, so what is the way how you can configure these devices, these boxes? These are the multiple router, multiple switches are there in, and you want to configure something, right? Suppose there is 5,000 devices out there. Just I'm assuming there is 5,000 devices, and suppose your syslog server or the SNMP server IP is getting changed, right? So on all the 5,000 devices, you need to change the SNMP server IP, right? So how you can do that? What is the way you can use? Guys, if you're not talking, please mute from your end.
Manually, I think.
Manual means traditional way. If you're talking about the traditional way is you have to log in on the devices either through the telnet. Telnet is not allowed in the production network, as you know, guys. So you can do the SSH on these devices, right? So what is the first condition? From your machine, from your laptop, right? From your laptop or from your machine. In the most of the company, there is a concept about jump box. If you are working professional, guys, so if you want to access any one of the devices, so you have to first log in on the jump box. And from the jump box, what you can do? You can access these devices and you can put your config, whatever the config you want to change or whatever the troubleshooting you want to do, right? So first of all, what is the requirement from this jump box from where you are going to access these devices? SSH should be allowed. In between, if suppose there is any firewall, on the firewall, the port number 22 should be allowed. That is the requirement. That means it's the first condition. This is your admin machine we can consider. This is the admin PC. And from this admin PC, these all the devices should be reachable on SSH and the port number should be 22. If it is accessible, then after that, what you can do, you can log in manually and you can configure on these devices manually, right? Are you getting the point, guys? Hello? Are you able to hear me? Yeah. So here what we can do,
Yes, sir.
now we are not going to do through the, means suppose there is 5,000 devices. So what we have to do, we have to do configure on these devices manually. It will take a lot of time, right? So what I can do, this is my admin PC. There, what I will do, I will install the, if I'm going to do the automation through the Python, so I need to install here the Python. And from here, what I will do, I will just log in. I will just run the script. Basically, I will prepare the script on this admin machine and I will run this script. That script will auto log in on these devices one by one and it will push the config, whatever the config you want to push that. So we don't need to log in on these devices manually. Got it? So we are going to do the configuration. We are just going to configure these devices, but these devices we are going to configure through the automation. Okay, through the Python script. So step by step, I will show you guys. First, I will show you how you can configure a single interface if you want to configure, how you can take the IP address from the user end. So those are all the things we are going to cover. How you can take the backup of these devices. So these things I will cover into the Python automation. And then after that, what I will show you the Ansible automation, workflow automation also I will show you how we can do the workflow automation. There, the concept will the Git, GitLab and CI/CD pipeline concept will be there. Okay, so through the Ansible also we can push the config. Okay, so right now I have one topology. If you guys able to see the topology, please let me know. Okay, so I'm just opening now. So this topology are visual for you guys. This is the topology now.
Yes, sir.
So here is the IP address 210, 211 and 212. This is, I'm just considering this is my management IP, and this IP is reachable from my laptop. Okay, so first what I can do, I can just check these IPs are reachable or not from my laptop first. So IP address is 192.168.29.210. First device is reachable. Second device is also reachable now. Third device 212, that is also reachable. So all the three devices are reachable. What is the IP address? 192.168.29.210, 211, 212. So I'm just going to configure anything. First of all, I will start with the first device. Suppose you want to configure this device, means R1, you want to create a loopback. First, I need to check any loopback is created there or not. So IP interface brief. So guys, here this is the IP address, and this is there is two loopback I have already created. Just let me remove these loopback. Interface loopback 10 and interface loopback, so no interface loopback 10. And no interface loopback 100. So you can see now there is any loopback. So IP interface brief, no. And so run section I have already created here the username. That username is test and password is Cisco 123, that I have already created here now, right? So and SSH is also enabled. So I will do the SSH these device through this username and through this password. Got it? And then after that I will first create a loopback. First I will execute the show command. Using the show command, what I will show you, I will get this output and I will print out the script. I'm not going to configure anything on this device manually. So I'm just going to open the Visual Studio. There I have already installed the Python and the library. Which one we are going to use? That library I'm going to use the netmiko, right? So let me add a new file. That file name, I'm just going to give the file name. It's something. It's a demo.python extension. Right? So I'm just going to write a file. So I have to import from netmiko. I'm just going to import connect handler, which one is responsible to make the connection with the devices. So that means connect handler is required to make the SSH connection with the devices. So I'm just going to make a connection. I am creating an object remote connection, and under the remote connection here the connect handler, And then after that, I'm just going to put the device details. First, I'm going to put the IP. What is the IP? I'm just going to access the first device, 29.10. Then after the IP, username. What is the username? Username is test. Now I'm putting these all the things as a direct value I'm putting. I will make it variable also. Once I will run the script, then it will ask the username, host detail, all the things it will ask once I will run the program. So username is test, password is that is Cisco 123, and then after that device type. What is the device type? So device type is Cisco iOS. Right now I'm going to consider the Cisco iOS. Comma should be required. And in the netmiko, there is two functions that we are going to use. One is the show command. For the show something, suppose you want to execute any command, which one is giving you the output. So that means all the show command. For the show command, there is a predefined function that will be used, send command. And if you want to configure, suppose you want to configure the loopback interface. So there is a command, send config set. So these two functions I am going to use. First, I will use the send command, and using the send command, I will show you the some output. And then after first, that means what we can do logically, either on the device, what you can do, guys, either we can get something if you are going to troubleshoot. So you can get something, that means you are going to execute the show command to get some information. Either you can push something. Push something means what? You are just going to configure something on the device. These two type of the operation basically we are performing on the network industry, even the network equipment. On the network equipment, either you are going to get or push. So for the get, you can assume it's a send command, and for the push, there is a send command config set. So this is, and then here what I'm going to do, output. First, I'm just going to print a message, building the SSS connection with which IP address? I'm just building the SSS connection with the 192.168.29.210, and then output equal to a remote connection dot send command I'm going to use. You can see here now it's a send command function is there. Which command I'm going to execute? So IP interface brief. What this command will do, it will just show the output. Once it will make the connection, then after that, the output will be stored in the output variable. This is my variable, and then I'm just going to print the output. Let me run this program. If I'm going to run this now, should we make the connection? It's a 210, it's not 10. And then after that, we should get the output for the, here it's not required. We should get the output for the show IP interface brief. Let me run this one. Can you see now, guys? Hello, are you able to see now?
Yes.
Yes.
So I just prepared the script, and through the script, I executed the command on this device. Got it? Suppose your point is, Punit, now what I want to do, this host name should be the this script. Suppose I prepared this script and I want to run, means what is my requirement? I am just going to create the script because of I'm from the automation team, but the operational team, they are working every day on the issues and they need to run the script. So here what should be happen? Once they are going to run the script, should be asked the IP address, should be asked the username, should be asked the password, right? Even if you want to execute the command also, that command should be also we can ask with the user. So what we can do, user means host equal to input. I can take the input from the user. Please enter the device IP, and then after that username. What we can do, please enter the device IP. Then after that, sorry, not device IP, username. This is just a message.
So, sir, this is the variable, and we will just take the
Yes,
input
yes,
dynamically.
yes, yes, dynamically, yes. User, then password, PSW. Just a variable name I'm creating here now, and input. Please enter the password. And it is going to store into the password. Then after that, here I'm not going to, here should be the host, user, and password, and then that's it. Let me run now. Device IP. I'm just going to put the IP address 192.168.29.212. So 212 is that IP belongs to the third router. So it will execute on the third one. Then username is test, password is a Cisco 123. Can you see now? This is the output from the third one. So here the username, IP, password, everything, even the password once I am typing that is visible. So we have also a one function that we can directly use. Get pass that we can use. That we have a function from get pass import get pass that we can do, and then here what I can type get pass, and then here I can mention please enter your password. So your password will not be visible once you will be type it. Let me run this now. Control S. Now device IP is 192.168.29.211. Username is test. Now the password you can see I'm typing, but it is not visible. Got it? So what I'm doing right now, I'm just executing this command. So command I'm executing here now. If you want to configure something, suppose you want to configure the loopback, and even the command is also here. The command is already predefined, so IP interface brief. If you want to execute something else, right? So command is also we can ask with the user, please. What we can mention? We can ask the user input. Please enter your desired
IP
command. Which command you want to execute, right? So here what I can do, I can just remove this fixed one command. We can also ask device IP 192.168.29.211. Username test, password is Cisco 123. Command, which command you want to execute? So running config, interface suppose G0/0. So your command is also desired command. Got it?
Yes.
So here that is totally dynamic program. That means here you can ask the user what he want to execute, right? So question is, Puneet, right now we have only one device you are configuring. Suppose I want to configure all these three devices. I want to execute so IP interface brief command on all these three devices. So command section you can remove, or in the command I'm just going to put so IP interface brief. So what I can do, I'm just creating a list. In the list, what is the IP address of the first host? 29 dot.
211.
Second host is, guys, 192.168.29 dot
211.
12. Sorry, 211. And what is the third host? 192.168.29 dot 212.
And sir, in
Yeah.
command section there is, I think, PW there. I think it should be SHOW in the command variable.
Okay, yeah. Sure, sure. Thanks. So now, and then after that, I'm going to run the loop for host in. Now this is not required. We are not going to take input from here now. So here host in list. Then after that, you just need to. Now the host will be start from where? From the here. First time it will be 210, second time it will be 211, third time it will be 212. Then these all the things will become under the loops. Got it? Now let me run. Username is test. Password is Cisco 123. Right? So you can see it's building the connection. But what is the problem here, guys? It is always showing the IP. Because of here the IP is not a variable. That also we can make it variable. What I can do? I can make it half a string, and here I can put the host. So it will show the host IP on which device it is configuring right now. Username is test, password is Cisco 123. Can you see? Right now it is configuring 212. Then after that, if you want to put some gap, what I can do? After print the output, you can use print slash and. If you want to put the multiple lines, you can put the multiple lines. Now you'll be get some gap. Right? But still it is not showing the host name of the device. If you want to get the host name also, that also you can do. How you can get the command? So before going to execute this command, here you can just put output or device host name equal to remote connection dot send command, and so running config section host name. If you are going to execute this command on the device, basically manually, if you are going to execute, what will we get, guys? So running config section host name. What you are getting? You are getting the host name is R1, right? So what will happen? This will be stored in this variable host name, but host name is holding the complete variable, but we need the last word. There is two words, right? Host name and R1. I need this last word to that will be the host name, actual host name. So what I'm going to do? I'm just going to create the host equal to host name dot split, and it should be split when space is there. And now I'm printing the host. You can see now it's a list. I'm just printing the host. Let me show you what it is showing. Let me run this program. Username is test. Password is Cisco 123. There is something wrong. Oh. Just a minute, guys. Authentication failed. That means username is test. Password is Cisco 123. What is the host name it is showing? Can you see? This is the complete host, but host, this is on 0 index and this is on 1 index. So if I'm going to put here the, instead of complete host, I'm just going to put here the 1. So you will get the actual host. Username, test, password, Cisco 123. Now you're getting the correct name, R1, R2 and R3, whatever the device name is there. So now what I'm going to do, I want to just do, once it is printing the output, before that it should be print the host name. So what I can do, instead of this line here, I can put this line here now. And it should be the host 1. Now will we get the perfect output. There is extra space. We have to consider, guys. Now test, password is Cisco 123. Building the SSH connection with R1, R2, R3. Can you see now? So now it's clear on which device the configuration is going on. From which device I'm getting this output. Everyone is okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now if you want to configure some loopback, suppose. If you want to configure the loopback on this device, so what I can do? I'm just going to create command set. In the command set, I'm just going to write what is the command if you are going to create a loopback, guys. Interface loopback 0, and then after that IP address, whatever the IP you want to configure, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
And no such, right? So this is the 3 is not required, that 2 command is sufficient. So here command set, I'm just going to create a list. Interface, I'm just going to create the loopback 10, and whatever the IP address you want to configure, guys. So I want to configure the IP address 10.10.10.10, and subnet mask is 255.255.255. Right? So these are the 2 commands. Then
Already
after that,
configured.
sorry?
Already 10.10 configured IP, loopback IP.
Yes. So it's already compared. So what will be happen? It will be repeat. Then let me do one thing. Let me remove those one. No interface loopback 10. There is any other loopback. So interface loopback. So IP interface brief. no interface loopback 100, and similarly on R3. So IP interface brief. So no interface loopback 10. No interface loopback 100. So now so IP interface brief you can execute here now. You can see so IP interface brief. Only physical interface is there, guys. If you are going on the R2,
Ezekiel, please help me tell the power guy to help me power this place up.
sorry. So IP interface brief. And if you are going to check it on R1, here also so IP interface brief, nothing is there, right? So I'm just going to run this script now. Here what I will do, a remote connection dot send config set. You can see now, and I will pass that list. What is the list? Command set. So it is just going to execute the command on all these three devices. It will be execute one by one. Username is test, password Cisco 123. It is not showing right now because of show command we are executing first. So we can also do that. We can execute this one after this. So we'll get the loopback, but still you can also verify from here. Right? On R2, if you are going to check, so IP interface brief, here also you can see, guys. And on R3, right? So guys, here what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you. Suppose anyone is there, guys, who has already executed, means you have already upgraded a device. Anyone is there, or replace a device? Anyone is here, guys, who has already replaced a device from the production network, or upgrade a device in the production network? Am I audible, guys?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes.
So anyone is there who has already deploy or means upgrade a device? If you are going to upgrade a device, so what you have to do? You have to take a pre-check, right? Pre-check means what? You have to execute some command, right? Command means you have to take a show running config. You have to show IP interface brief command. So CDP neighbor also required. So some set of the command that we need to execute. So IPR, right? Hello.
Yes.
So and that you should be stored in somewhere, right? And
Correct.
the device will upgrade. After that, again you will be take the output for these command and will be matched, right? So pre and post check you need to do, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to execute these 4 command on all of the devices, and those output I need to store in the variable, in the file. So I will create a file with the host name R1. I will create a file with the host name R2, and I will create a host name with the host name R3. So these command will execute on R1, and that output will be stored into the R1 file. The same command will execute on the R2, and those command will be stored into the R2 file. And even the device name, device IP also I'm not going to keep into the same program. Device name I will keep into the another notepad file, so that in the future if you want to execute the same script, You just need to go into the notepad file and just change the IP address. So you can see here now, I have a device text. You can see all these 3 IPs there. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open this device text file. You can see now. Device text. I'm just going to remove this list that is not required. So here, file equal to open. I'm just going to open that file name. What is the file name? Device.txt file. And in which mode I'm going to open? So I'm going to open into the read mode. R plus you can also use. So I'm just going to, or read mode is just fine. Then content equals to file dot read. I'm going to execute read lines, and let me print this content right now. So I'm just opening a file. Okay, whatever the information is there, that will become under the content, and just I'm going to print this content. So let me run. Username is test, password is Cisco 123. I'm getting the error because of this file is not getting here now, because of I'm under the PK username PK, and this file is on the different directory. So path we have to set either the global, either what I have to do, either under the CD, CD desktop. Under the desktop, this folder name is you can see here now, dev core. So this is dev core, and then after that iOS automation, enter. Now let me run this program again. Should work now. Username is test, password is Cisco 123. So it is showing some error because of this list, but content it has print. Can you see now? Hello?
Yes, it's showing.
It's showing, right? So
Yes,
what
sir.
I will do, host in what now what I will do, host in content. Right? So it is just going to run, and here instead of here the host. So now I have a separate, so suppose you want to execute some command on this, suppose on the 10 devices. So you can just copy the management IP of those 10 devices, and you need to just paste it here now. You don't need to make any changes in the Python file. You are getting the point, guys? So here I'm just going to configure right now. Let me run this program. It should be run successfully. Username test, password is Cisco 123. It's executing now, but my requirement is, guys, I just want to execute these 4 commands, and those output I want to store into the file. Right now that is on CLI, but I want to execute these 4 commands, and these 4 commands should be stored into the file. So what I will do here, we have make the connection with the host. That's perfect. Then after that, command set we have already created. Yeah, downside we have already created. So I'm just going to make the command. This variable I'm not using here. I'm just going to make the command, or command we can declare here also. Before that, command, in the command, so running config Even you can use also terminal length. Might be you guys are aware about this command, terminal length 0, that is also required. So running config, then so CDP neighbor, then so IP interface brief, and then so IP arc. These are the command I want to execute on all the devices, and those output I want to store into the file. So here I'm not going to configure anything here now, right now. So these line I can remove. Here for execute command equals to in command, and output equal to should be execute command. Should be execute command, and just I'm going to create a file. That file name, here the file, I'm just opening a file. You can make it write file. That is the variable name, write file equal to open. I'm opening a file with the host name, that is host 1, plus I'm concatenating the txt. It should be in text format, and in which mode? It should be into the append mode. And then whatever the output is coming here now, I will write there the write file dot write, and what I will do, I will put the output. So once I will execute, what will happen? All these 4 commands, that means I'm using the nested loop within the loop. So these all the command one by one will execute on the first. It will be execute on the R1, and it will create the file r1.txt file. If you are going to show the folder, guys, there is nothing is there. Let me show you. On the desktop, it was on desktop. On the desktop, there is a folder that is called dev core. On the dev core, on the iOS automation, you can see any R1, R2, R3 is there.
No.
No. So let me run this script now. Username is test. Password is Cisco 123. Correct. So now if I'm going to open, something wrong, it's showing 9. Any command, which one is not executed? Just a minute, guys. Should be R1, should be the host name. Let me delete. It's created this file, but something is wrong. Let me see where I made the mistake. It's a host split. It's fine. So running config host name, it is printing the perfect one. Oh, that is the mistake. Should be the host. Let me run this now. Test. Password is Cisco 123. Now it should be there 3 files. You can see. So this is the output from the R1 one. Can you see now? and this is the output from the.
Part 2.
So think about that. These automation, how much will help you guys to building your process, to building your operational network very smooth, right?
Yes.
So these all the things we are going to basically cover in our upcoming batches. That we are going to cover the Python first. I will cover first because of you should have the idea about what is the loop, what is the if else statement, how you can write this script, all this script, and then after that you'll be able to write this. Means you can learn the Python automation, right? So here now I use the netmiko. We have a 4 library that we are going to cover in our entire journey. One is the telnet leave, another one is the netmiko, then napalm and paramicos. These are the 4 libraries we will use in our entire Python automation course, and we will configure the devices through those, libraries. Apart from this Python libraries, also we are going to cover the Ansible also. So for the Ansible also, I will show you some demo. So meanwhile, Arun is here. He will just discuss something with you guys. When maybe because of I have to turn on the Ubuntu lab device for the Ansible. So once I'm setting up the my lab, in meanwhile he will just want to share something, so he can share it. Arun, it is over to you. In meanwhile, I'm just turning on my Ubuntu device. Okay.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
I hope the session was and is useful for you guys. I have something very exciting with you to share. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, yes. Okay.
I think no screen visible for me.
Is it visible now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so we are launching a course for Python automation. Those who are aspiring to master Python automation and excel in their career, for them we are introducing our Python automation course, which have 90 days duration, and we will
Okay.
discuss about this in this 5 minutes, and it will be useful
Okay.
for those who want to join the course. So uh, I think Puni sir has already told you why Python automation, why you should go for Python automation. The time of routing and switching has already gone, and now you need to master new technology to stay ahead in the era of AI. If you will be left behind, then you will regret it, and that is why we are introducing. There are a lot of institutes which are introducing courses, but for Python automation there is seriously a great need for a quality course, and that is why we are bringing this. Why Python automation? This is most demanding skill right now among engineers, for network engineers. After CCNA, CCNP, you have the next thing to learn is Python automation. So very demanding skill it is. It will boost efficiency of a network engineer. Along with it, it will open the door for new career roles like DevOps, cloud, and networking. It will also reduce your manual workload. Now, what you will learn in this course? So we will see everything in Python automation, from learning language and seeing the libraries of Python, doing some small project to understand the language, and later on we will move toward scripting, task automation, and network automation. Then we will look CLI, APIs, Ansible, netmiko, paramiko, and then cloud automation like AWS, GCP, Azure. Here, this is the most important part of our course. What are the features of the course? So first of all, you will learn from industry expert. Puni sir has already cleared his CCI. He is double CCI certified. So definitely there is no doubt about the training quality. The second thing that you will get in this course is mock interviews to boost the confidence. We have seen, despite of having great technical skills, due to lack of confidence, students, professional are unable to make it to the final job offer letter. So we have introduced in this course mock interviews on weekends, on 15 days duration. We might conduct mock interviews in which you will be facing real time environment. So this is about this. Next thing is lifetime access to recording sessions. Suppose you are unable to join on a particular day due to some reasons. So for that, we will record the session and we will provide it, which will stay with you for lifetime. Along with this, we have curated the premium notes in which we have already picked the important thing. And there are a lot of things that you need to study, and there are a lot of things that you need not to focus on. So we have already those things sorted. Now what you will learn here, you will actually practice in real time environment. You will learn some real time labs, hands-on project like automating network, build your Python script for daily tasks, whatever you do as a network engineer. You will use APIs for cloud and DevOps automations. You will create monitoring tools with Python. Now what will be the career benefit and growth? Job roles that you can target in Python automation after learning Python automation as a network automation engineer, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, Python scripting expert, security automation specialist. And with Python automation, if you have already studied CCNA, CNP, and you have Python automation, so you will have an extra edge for your career growth. So the Python automation experts make anywhere around 15 to 20, and even above that if you are learning it and mastering and getting experience in it. Now this is the most and exciting part. If you will look the course price for Python automation, so it is very huge in the industry, and that is why we are bridging the gap between affordability and uh, that expensive quality. So the course is starting from 15th of the February. See here, the course is starting from 15th of the February, and the time is 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and duration is 3 months. Course fee in the industry is 30,000. But for those who are available in the webinar, for them, we have given 50% huge discount for them. So those who want to enroll for Python automation, they can enroll before 12 p.m. tonight, so that they can get this 50% huge discount. This is valid for midnight today only. So make sure that you enroll before the deadline. And if these things I have already introduced you the features, one thing that I want to tell you, suppose uh, you are taking classes but sometime you are getting doubts, so you can also ask to the trainer about your doubts, discuss the things in the group. You will get access to our closed WhatsApp community where a lot of people are there. So this will be definitely very helpful to build your network also. Apart from this, you will get resume building and job assistant. So we will have a resume building session where you will be over going around a sample resume which will be curated with all the points taking in the mind. And you will get also job assistant. How? If I talk about job assistant, then we have a lot of people who have already studied from PM networking. They have been trained at PM networking and working in great MNCs. So we will connect you with them. They will provide you referral. You will get a chance to sit in an interview, and that is how you will get job assistant at PM networking. Now the most important thing is soft skill training. Despite having great skills, technical skills, I have already told, but many people are unable to make it to the final round. So that is where the soft skill training come into picture. We will provide you soft skill training where we will guide you how to give an interview, how you can tackle the questions, how you can tackle those questions whose answer is not known to you. So these all things will be discussed in the session, and that is all about this course. So if anyone is interested, they can enroll. I am sharing the link of the website from where they can enroll. See, this is our Python automation course. We have already listed here the features. Those who are interested, they can enroll. I am sharing the link of this page. If anyone has any doubt, they can ask. Guys, anyone? Don't hesitate.
Okay. Good day.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good day. My name is Jude.
Yes,
I'm
Jude.
joining from Nigeria.
Tell me.
So I'm so excited. First of all, I want to thank you guys for bringing up something like this to assist in skill and career growth.
My pleasure.
I'm interested. I'm so much interested to join the class. I've really been a beneficiary of PM networking trainings, both on YouTube, some of the free tutorials you share there. So God bless you guys for that. I wanted to ask for a favor for persons like me. I want to join, but I don't know if the payment arrangement is one flat, or you can help us to make it a bit flexible. That's what I wanted to ask. And secondly, time. Can the time go up to, because I'm in Nigeria?
The
And
time
people
I
like
have
us.
already told you, it is 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It will
That
be
is
in the evening in India.
in
And
Nigeria is a very active time, working time. I wanted to make, can it be 7 p.m. to maybe 8:30 p.m.?
no, it is not possible because we have already taken all the points into consideration,
Aaron,
and then we have,
I
yes.
believe regarding this one, you can just share your number here now and you can just discuss separately on the call.
Yeah, I am sharing my WhatsApp chat link from where you
Okay,
can directly click and message me on WhatsApp. So if
okay,
you have
fine.
anything to ask, any doubt, you can ask there. Okay, let's
Okay,
begin the
fine.
session. Okay, thank you.
Hello guys, so I'm back now. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so now the previously we discussed about the Python, right?
Yes.
So using the Python, we have already seen how we can automate the network, but there is some limitation in the Python. Like if you're talking about the if you're talking, are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes.
There is workflow automation, or you can call it infrastructure as a services. So workflow automation, what is the workflow automation? What is that? This is my machine, admin machine. From there, I'm pushing the config. We can call it in the Ansible, we can call it ACM box, Ansible control machine, right? This is the ACM box. It will be always a Linux machine, obviously. In the Linux machine, what should be happen? Ansible should be installed. And what should be happen? From here, still the SSH should be allowed. Because of through the Ansible also, we are going to do the SSH. But there, paramiko will work behind that. Here, what we did in the Python, we created the SSH connection. We wrote some code to make the SSH connection. So in the Python, what will be happen? Only who can write the Python script, who has the idea about the programming. But for Ansible, guys, you don't need the programming. If you have a basic understanding, you have a basic logics, then you can write the script in the Ansible. That is the first thing. Second thing, it is basically for the workflow automation. What is the workflow automation? Workflow automation means what? If there is my file, In this file, I have mentioned the SNMP server IPs, right? SNMP server IP I have mentioned. So if any time, if I'm going to change the SNMP server IP, once I will change, then I'm tracking this file through the GitLab, because of we need a GitLab for the version control system, you know, right? GitLab basically we are using the for version control system. So it will track this file basically. If there is some modification, what will happen? That script will auto execute. We don't need to execute a script manually. Right now, whatever the things we learn, guys, we need to run the script manually, right? Once it will be run manual, then after that it will be executed, it will impact the device. But in the workflow automation, what will happen? You don't need to run the script manually. Workflow automation is there, so you just need to create, and your file is tracking from here now. Got it? And if any changes in this file, automatically what will happen? Workflow automation will work, and that script will auto execute. So whatever the things we can do through the Python, that is also fine, but also through the Ansible we can configure anything. Suppose you want to configure a look back, you want to get some output, you want to put something, those all the things is possible through the Ansible also. So I have already set up the GitLab, and I have already created the file for the workflow automation, guys. I have prepared the lab for you guys, because of once I'm going to prepare the lab here, so it will take a lot of time, so I will not able to show you what is the actual use of the Ansible, right? So I have already built up the lab. I will show you how it is going to work. Got it?
Okay.
So right now, if I'm going to show you guys, this is R1. On the R1, there is some SNMP, syslog server is configured. If you are going to see now, show run section, host. Can you see? There is 3 IPs already configured.
Yes.
If I'm going to check it on R2, show run section, host. Here also it's configured. And if I'm going to execute some command on R3, so run section host. Got it? So you can see there now, there is already the host or created. Means syslog server is configured. So I have a Ubuntu machine. Let me log in on that. Where is it? Just a minute. Give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah. I have to restart again. Just give me 1 moment. So this is my Ansible machine, and let me open the terminal here now. This is the terminal, and let me open the Visual Studio. There I have my code. So can you see now? This is the IP address.
Yes.
So I'm just going to change this IP. 170, 171, 172. I have just saved it, and let me open. Where is the location? Location is, it's a CD under the home. Under the home, there is a folder named Punet. Under the Punet, there is desktop. Under the desktop, there is a file name that is test GitLab. I reached there now. I'm just going to check the git status. You can see what is saying. This file is modified. Can you see now? There is multiple file. To set up this GitLab, guys, we need to create a multiple files. I will discuss what is this, but that will discuss in the proper class. Got it? So this file is modified. So what I have to do, I have to just git add. And now what I have done, guys, I have already created my GitLab. If I'm going to GitLab, let me show you. Let me try to log in on the GitLab. I have already created my repository. Let me log in there now. Let me log in there. It's a global repository, which one I created. And here it's a password. So you can see there now, this is my repository. And in this repository, the group vars variable is there, should be. Yeah. So right now it's 60, 61, 62, right? Once I will make this change there now. I'm just going to make change, git add. Now, if you are going to see git status, so you can see now it's modified. Then I have to put there the git post. Once I will use the git post, it will ask the username and password. Username is my username and password is the password. Should be everything is up to date. Now need to be changed here now. Where is that change? Just a minute, guys. There is multiple screens, so I'm a bit confused where I open that. Just a minute. Let me refresh it now. It's not yet updated. Just a minute. Should be updated. Git post. Why it is showing everything is updated? It is not yet saved. Control S. Let me see the git status. It's modified. Okay. Git post. .com. So nothing is changed. Just wait, guys. Let me add one more IP. 192.168.29.173. Control S. It's modified. Then find, git push. Oh, just a minute, guys. I believe I have a 2 folder. That is the problem. Just a minute. On desktop, test GitLab. I'm under this one, so I should go there. Just in case. I made the changes here now. Yes, same file. Git push. .102@gmail.com. Because of until or unless it is not going to update the global repository, workflow automation will not work. Everything is up to date. Git add. There it is changing or not? Just a minute. It's previous one because of it's not changing. So let's minute. Oh, I got it, guys. What I did the mistake. I have to put there the git commit command that I made the mistake. Added extra IP. Yeah, added some comment is there. Just a minute. Added extra IPs. Then enter. And then after that, git status if you are going to check. Nothing to commit. And then git post. Now it should work. P102@gmail.com or Puneet P102 is that is sufficient. And Cisco. Now it's make the changes. Just wait for some time. Once it will make the changes, you will be able to see here also. Just press it now. It will be changed here also. Just now it got changed, but still it is previous one. previous one. But the script is working now. Can you see? So that will also update. The global repository will also update. I have to refresh the complete page. So running config include host. You can see the previous one should be removed. 160, 161, 171. I never executed any command, right? I just made the changes in the file. Are you able to say now? What I did, I just made the change in this file. So what we can do, we can just make a script and we can share to the someone, and they just need to change the file. Once they will change the file, if anytime it is going to change, suppose syslog server is going to change, what will happen? Once he will make the changes, we have already created the GitLab, and from the GitLab it will be tracked this file. If there is some changes, automatically the script will be executed. Actual which script is executing, I can show you here, guys. This script is working behind that. And what it is doing, it is just configuring the new syslog server, and previous one it is removing. You are getting the point? Hello? So if you are going to check on R2, here also if you are going to check, so IP, so running config, include host. So you can see here also it's changed. So here we don't need to run the execute, means don't need to execute the script manually. So run include host. You can see here now. It's auto going to work. And that file also should be updated. Just wait. Just a minute. Let me go back. Why it is not showing the latest one? It has already pushed, but it is not showing the previous one. Added extra IP, now it is showing the latest comment. Can you see now? So I made the changes there, but in my global repository it is impacting, and once the global repository will impact, automatic it will be that script will be executed. Got it? So through the Ansible, guys, we have a lot of the things that we are going to discuss in the Ansible also. We can also create the loop back and basic configuration, how you can do through the Ansible, and then workflow automation. That is the major part. There we'll discuss CI/CD pipelines, and this I will also help you guys how you can set up your own lab, right? So that will help you a lot to do the practice. Got it? So anyone is there, guys, who has any question or the query? First time what I did the mistake, I missed the commit command. This is the reason that was showing it is already up to date. Okay. So anyone is there, guys, who has any question, you can ask me. Rest all the thing we'll discuss in the session, guys. That is 3 month program, so obviously it can't be covered in the 1 hour or 1.5 hours. It will take time. So it's a 3 month program. There I will start from the basic scratch. I will cover from this. Here I will start the session from here, guys. I will first cover this module, Python introduction. These all the things that I will cover the first Python. Then after that we'll discuss about the Python automation. Telnet lib, I will start the first library, then netmiko, paramiko, napalm, and then after that we'll jump on the Ansible. Ansible introduction is there. What are the terminology that going to use? What are the tools are required? Those will be covered. Then lab installation also, playbook, inventory. Then after that we'll configure some router and switches to the Ansible. Then we'll discuss the Git and GitLab, CI/CD pipeline, and then last things is the workflow automation. So these all the things, these all the topics are going to cover our entire journey, guys. That will take around 3 months, and in the weekend session. Okay. So you have, guys, anything you can discuss now? Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the class. Anyone have any question?
Thank you so much for the wonderful session. I also learned many things.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. So, anyone have any question or the query, guys? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, Praful, we can wind up the call now.
Yeah, sir. Okay,
Thank you.
guys. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
everyone, guys. Bye bye.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Good night.
Sir, good night.
Good night, sir. Good night.